I'm actually interested in doing a test with that controller today, because again, to me it actually looks like it's just touching it, like the tip of it, as opposed to it actually being connected. I'll probably bring it into a place just to check it out and stuff like that. I think people give usually free assessments. Just from the looks of it, I don't think it would be too hard to actually correct as well. I just don't have the guts to actually open it up myself because I've never done it before. There's a lot of video related stuff I read today in relation to things like YouTube and stuff, because there was that Vidcon event which is taking place. Although this is kind of funny, it says for here, as of July 9, 2018, you will no longer be able to send or receive private messages in the Creator Studio. And funny enough, I actually didn't even know there were messages there. A few of you have actually sent me messages. I just never knew people sent it because you don't get any notification. Because here it says they're discontinuing it since people aren't using it. I was like, okay, I'm one of those guys that never use it because I actually wasn't even aware people were sending messages this way. Although what got me interested is seeing what they can improve in terms of, I guess, making it easier for people to watch or interact with things like videos. Funny enough, they had something about vertical video, how they're going to change that. I wonder if that's a reaction to things like the Instagram. And one thing interesting about the Vidcon is I know in the past that place had a lot of controversy where there were complaints where a lot of online creators, they were saying how they were going to blacklist that event just because, I don't know, they were saying something about there was favoritism and who, in terms of who they invite, in terms of who's in the panel. So a lot of them said, that's it, I'm never going to this event again. So apparently this year there was a person named Tana who basically makes videos and stuff. She decided, okay, I'm just gonna create my own convention or something like that. So they did end up going through with it. And apparently it just got so popular that on the day, basically 20,000 people showed up and they had to shut it down just because it was, I guess, a safety hazard to have that many people. Like this one here from an official release, I suppose. It says, "We are grateful for each and every one of you who showed up. Due to an overwhelming and unexpected response of over 15,000 unregistered guests arriving to the venue Friday morning, unfortunately, inclusivity to everyone became a safety hazard for the exact people we wanted to accommodate." That's a little unfortunate, but I think the thing that stood out for me is I guess that's kind of great, just the general idea of it, where I guess someone didn't like this big event where everyone would assume naturally, like, you know, there's no alternative, whereas the person just decided to create something themselves. And I guess, as you can see, you can build something out of it. They just basically didn't anticipate it to be that popular, I suppose. And this last one I read was kind of interesting. It says, "Drone interrupts Queenstown's light show at Winter Festival." But funny enough, in this case, it wasn't so much about flying around, I guess, people and stuff like that was concerned. Apparently, the drone's signals was interfering with the fireworks signals, so that caused them kind of, I guess, a delay to say, hey, what's going on? Let's find this guy. Like it says here, one of the festival organizers noticed something was interfering with the fireworks controls. It even says it must be a similar frequency to the drone, so there were implications there. Radio waves have similar frequency, can disrupt the signal of other radio operated device like the remote controls used in the fireworks. So they located the person, and then afterwards it said they handed it down to the CAA to investigate. That's kind of interesting to think about too, because again, I guess most people would just assume if you fly around places like that specifically, it'll be just more about keep away from the people, whereas in this case, it's more about the signal that could interfere with the other operations. And speaking of signals, I'm interested in seeing how this controller holds up. Okay, so far so good. Full bars and everything. I'm almost dare to say it's been kind of damaged or broken inside all this time. I just don't notice because I don't fly like obviously 5 kilometers away and all that. Although the question I have in my mind too is, technically if you only had one antenna working, would you still get the full, what is it, like the 5 bars as if it's a perfect signal? Technically, like if it's close enough? Or no, like technically if one's broken, it should always be like half the signal or whatever. Right, everything seemed to went out without a hitch as normal, although it's still good to check it out. I was just looking at the places that you could potentially go around here. They're all closed for now, so I probably have to wait till Monday or something like that. So maybe if I have time, I'll go over there and make a trip to see, you know, what it's like and assess the stuff. If they tell me like, oh yeah, we can do it, it'll cost me like, you know, $400, like, yeah, right. You might as well just buy a new controller or something like that. Although again, it looks really easy, whatever the issue is with that connection. You can probably just like connect it or solder it or whatever. I just don't have the guts right now to open that thing. Alright, see you guys later.